On today's video, we're talking Wolfbox G900 Pro dash cam. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, Matt here for AVC and welcome back to the shop. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different because today we are looking at the dash cam / rear view mirror by Wolfbox, the G900 Pro. Now, in full disclosure, Wolfbox did approach us and ask us to do a video on this, but frankly, it was an easy yes because I already have one of these cameras in my van that I paid full price for. I use it all the time, and actually, I love it. We got the Wolfbox name from a customer of ours. They did a bunch of research. When they did a full van build with us, they said, hey, can you put this dash cam in our van? It's like 2 years ago, we put it in. I thought it was a really cool system when we put it in. I tested it out with them. Then I liked it so much, I put one in my van. By now, we've put in over a dozen in people's vans that we've built here at the shop. And so when they reached out and said, hey, would you do like a review and tell your viewership about this? We said, yeah, let's do it. So we will have a link in the description below if you want to pick one up for your van. It's an affiliate link, so AVC does get a little commission on it, but they're not paying for the video, anything like that. They just provided this one as a review for us. So if you're not familiar with what the Wolfbox dashcam is, it is a live view rear monitor that can go over the top of your rear view mirror. And that's what I use mine primarily for. So because my van has window shades up in the back and it's got a big build out in the middle of it, it's really hard to see out the back windows. And so I use this as a live rear view monitor. I have a camera outside the van. It points backwards in the van. So everywhere I drive, I can look up and I see a video screen representation of what's behind me. So I can see exactly what's behind me. It's a lot easier and clearer to see what's happening behind me on that monitor than it was looking through the rearview mirrors. And so it actually makes a little bit easier driving experience. Then I also get the bonus added protection or added like peace of mind of having a dash cam. And these days, you know, on Instagram and stuff, I'm seeing all these crazy videos of people stopping short and people getting in weird accidents on the highway. We live here in Colorado, so I-25 is notorious for accidents. And so having a dash cam that protects us both rear and front, so if there's some sort of blame game after an accident, something like that, we can point to the footage and say, hey, this is exactly what happened, here it is. Super easy, you can like download all the videos right to your phone. They have a companion app, so it makes it really simple to pull footage from it. And then it also has like a parking monitor safety protection feature, where when you park the van and you leave it standing alone, if somebody hits the van or rocks it or something like that, it'll automatically start recording. You can see what's happening outside the vehicle, which is also pretty cool too. So, you know, so if like you got a weird funny scratch or someone backed into your bike on the back of the van, you can pull up the footage later, see who the heck it was. And the cameras are actually decent enough resolution that I can see what the license plate was. You know, when I was looking for a camera on the van, I wanted to make sure I had good resolution, just like here at the shop. Like we have really nice cameras here on the shop, because if you have a 1080 camera and you can't see anything, it's kind of pointless. So you gotta have a really nice, like high resolution camera to capture some decent footage. Now that you're familiar with what the G900 Pro is, let's go ahead and open up the box and see what's included inside. Okay, so inside we have big 12-inch screen. So this is the screen, it's a touch screen. It does everything you need it to do here. It also has the forward-facing camera. And this is just gonna rubber band right over the top of your existing rearview mirror. Okay. Also inside the box we have user manual. It has GPS, so we'll tell you your speed at any moment, which is really nice so that if you do, you know, a cop pulls you over and says you were speeding, you were doing this, you have GPS data there to refute what they might say. Another nice thing about that is I have oversized tires on my vehicle, and I can't for the life of me figure out how to get the dashboard or the odometer or the speedometer to show exactly what speed I'm going. So I can look up at the Wolfbox and I can see exactly how fast I'm going. I have a 245 75 16 tire, which means I'm off by about 10%. So if I'm going 70 miles an hour, I'm actually going 77 in real life. But I can confirm that on the Wolfbox, which is really cool. So they have power supply cable here. This one just plugs into the into a cigarette lighter. Has a little pass-through so you can like charge a phone off the back of it. Just plugs in USB-C for power. Then they have a 2.5K rear view camera. Okay, so this one is weatherproof. We can mount this outside the vehicle. Comes on a super long cord, and this is the one that we use in the van, so just like this. Has a little separation here, which makes it really easy to mount on the vehicle. We mount this to the back of our roof rack. So it fits even if you have, like my van has a cloud cap, or if you just have any other roof rack. I just mount this clip to the back of the roof rack and gives me a nice view. You can mount it upside down or vertical, and there's a way to flip that in the software. Okay, that's the Rearview camera. It ties into the reverse light too. So we can pull power from the reverse light. When you put it into reverse, it'll automatically kick on the full screen Rearview camera, which is really easy too. We got some clips to mount all the wiring and everything like that up. For this video, they also sent us a couple extra things. They sent us this replacement Rearview mirror bracket, and I tried to put one of these on another van that we just built, and we couldn't get it to work, so I'm not gonna bother with that one. They sent us an OBD2 power port, and this honestly looks super interesting because this just plugs into my OBD2 sensor, provides us power, it tells it when the vehicle's on and off, and that'll help it trigger parking mode and everything, and it couldn't be easier. This is always kind of a pain to find the right fuses underneath the dashboard and the right fuse panel. It's really tricky to get to. I have some footage of me doing that that we can splice into that, but now we don't have to worry about that at all because we can just plug it into OBD2 and then fish this up the 8-pillar, super easy install. They also provided an extra extension cable, but I know that the factory cable that comes with it is long enough to run on a 148 long body van. If you're running an extended van, you're gonna need this extra extension here. Okay. So with all that stuff out of the way, let's go take a look at it in my van. All right, so here we are in my van, and like I said, here's our reviewing unit, and here's the one that I already had installed in my van. So, you know I'm telling the truth that I've been using this thing. And I've been using this thing for like a year and a half. It's pretty cool, I'm really happy with it, and I love being able to see out the back of the van. This one right now is hardwired through the vehicle, and so you can see, you know, it's fairly clean up here at the dash. But you can see kind of how we've installed it, just these little rubber bands. Hold it over the top of my factory rearview mirror, and there's a handful of plugs that plug in here. So we have USB-C data cable, or USB-C power wire that comes in here. We have the rear view camera wire, and then we have the GPS. And the GPS is up here in this front corner. So you can see right down here on the glass, the GPS sensor is right here. So it has a clear view of the sky, which is what you want, and has an up sensor, so you just want to make sure it's pointed up. And we just ran that cable up this A-pillar and across to the center of the vehicle. And mine is handily right next to our Get Grover sticker here, which is cool too. So now we're in the van, and you can see we have the Wolfbox activated and live. So we're sitting here in idle, and I want to just sit here so we can kind of talk about some of the features. So as you can see right now, we have the front view monitor on. You can see my camera going, or my hand in front of the camera, and we can see cars passing through in front of us. But if we swipe through to the side, you can see now we have live rear view monitor. I can see Dilly working on the Sprinter behind us here. And then if I swipe through one more time, I can get a split. So I can see what's happening in rear view and in the front view all at the exact same time. Obviously, I don't really need to watch the front view camera, but it's nice to know exactly where it's aiming so I can see what the view from here is looking like. Then I can swipe back to my rear view camera too. Another cool thing is I can actually pan and tilt this up and down digitally. So if I need to see a trailer that I'm towing and I'm paranoid about maybe my snowmobile falling off the trailer or something like that over some rough road, I can pan down. But when I'm on normal road, I can just kind of swipe and push this up, and then I can see like a nice clear view behind me as we drive. Another really cool feature is that it has this hands-free operation, and it's all done through voice commands. So if I want to say something like show front camera, it's going to switch automatically and show me the front camera like you just saw. And then if something crazy goes down on the highway, I can say lock the video. And it's going to lock that video into the SD card so that it won't get overwritten. The way that this works is it just constantly is re-recording over the top of some of that video. So if something goes down or someone hits you or something like that, you can just say, hey, lock the video. It's going to save that video clip. It's going to set it aside in a separate folder and make sure it doesn't get recorded over the top. Which is a really cool feature because I have all sorts of crazy locked video from my trips over the years. And when we were making this video, we started looking at some of the stuff, and there's all sorts of cool footage from driving on a dirt road, going to Moab, driving at night, all sorts of different things. Like I went snowmobiling with my buddy, and so I got all sorts of different little clips of footage from me locking that video up. The last thing we wanted to mention is that they have a really cool app that connects directly to the camera. And so if we want to download the footage from our screen, we can download it directly into our iPhone, and then I can upload it to a computer. I don't have to worry about pulling the SIM card out or anything like that. And so it just makes it really easy. And they have a 5G connection, so it's really fast to download 200 megabits of video in just a few seconds. And I can download all those clips to my phone, then I can go into the house, I can upload them to the computer, and you're gonna see some of that footage directly in this video. Well, that's it for today's video. If you made it this far, I wanna say thanks very much for watching. If you have questions about the camera, about the setup in your van, or if one of the different models they might have on the website is right for you, again, this is the G900 Pro, and we did the 2-camera setup. So just the camera here and then a rear view camera. They have a 3-camera version that has a front-facing bumper cam, but I don't do a lot of rock crawling or anything in the van, so I didn't need that one for my vehicle. I went with the 2 camera, save some bucks. But if you have questions about that, hit us up in the comments below. Don't forget, we have a link in the description that's going to help support AVC. So if you want to pick up one for your van, use that link, support the channel, and we appreciate that. Thanks for Wolfbox for giving us this demo unit that we can do this review for, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.